and was pointing a gun at his family members, including his son and an 8-year-old child. Investigators say his son then used his own gun to shoot him in the stomach. His son was taken into custody but has since been released.
A possible break in the abduction case of Nancy Guthrie. Today, law enforcement released surveillance images and video recovered from back-end systems connected to cameras at Nancy's home. They show an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the cameras at her front door the morning she disappeared on February 1st. Savannah Guthrie once again pleading with America.
No matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement.
The FBI has set up a 24-hour command post in Tucson and is now trying to identify the person in those surveillance images.
We're still waiting to hear the cause of the fire that displaced 20 people in Monroe County. Happened this morning about 9:30 at Pierce's Landing apartment building on Smithfield Township. Fire officials tell us the flames started in the basement and then spread to the first floor. The front of the building is heavily damaged. No one was injured, and the Red Cross has been called in to help the people who were displaced. A state police fire marshal is now looking into how it started.
A day of thanks and appreciation in Dickson City, Lackawanna County. Governor Shapiro stopped by after last week's fire at Lehigh Valley Health.
Yeah, the governor was there today to thank all those first responders who answered the call last Wednesday.
For the bravery of those from here at Eagle Hose Company number 1 and the other 8 responding departments that ran toward that hospital to extinguish the fire and ensure that everyone could get out safely.
Now, the governor was planning to be in Dickson City to talk about his proposed $30 million to support volunteer and professional fire companies in the Commonwealth. 16,000 of those dollars would be going to this Eagle Hose Company number 1 in Dickson City. Well, it's the end of an era in Luzerne County politics.
A longtime local leader has decided not to seek re-election. 2822's Joe Mason spoke with Eddie Day Pashinski about his decision to not run for an 11th term.
Eddie Day Pashinski has been in local politics for decades. Now, the stalwart of Luzerne County politics has decided to not seek re-election for his seat in the 121st District in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, a seat he's held since 2006. We caught up with him at an event in Dickson City on Tuesday.
That decision was actually made between my family and I. It's been an honor to serve, and I'm into my 20th year. I feel as though the time is right for me to move on and help some younger people come in.
The now 80 years old Pashinski says he's grateful for his successes and his team.
I could never accomplish what I did without my colleagues, without my governor, without my family, without my friends, without my staff. It's been a team from day one.
The state rep says he plans on serving the community in other ways.
I'm going to focus my attentions on my grandparents raising grandchildren group that we put together. We're the only organization in the entire state that provides the services that we do. We want to expand that.
Pashinski also says he plans on supporting Wilkes-Barre Council Chairwoman Jessica McClay to fill his seat in the 121st District. Reporting in Wilkes-Barre, Joe Mason, 2822 News.
A week-long initiative to raise awareness for addiction is underway.
This week across the nation, Addiction Awareness Week is shining a light on children who are impacted by a parent or guardian who's struggling with addiction. In Pennsylvania, the number of those suffering from addiction disorder is higher than the national average, putting thousands of children at risk. A local expert from Wyoming Valley Alcohol and Drug Services wants people who are struggling to know help is out there and you're not alone.
What we're trying to help children realize is that they didn't cause this. It's not because they were born or because they're not good enough. You know, children of addiction, just reach out to somebody. Just make one contact with a trusted adult. Know that you are not alone, that there are other people out there in the same situations.
To find more information about Awareness Week activities and events, head to our website, 2822news.com, and check out our 2822 Now app for newsmakers focusing on opening a conversation about marijuana with your children.
Still to come on this Tuesday edition of 2822 News at 7, there's a chill in the air and love. Winterfest is going on in part of the Poconos to help bring business to the downtown area.
And later on, we'll try to explain this traffic disruption on the streets of Colorado.
Topping business and consumer news tonight. Love is in the air in the Poconos. Winterfest is this weekend in downtown Stroudsburg, and organizers are getting ready to spread the love. There will be more than 40 love-themed ice sculptures throughout the borough, along with games, a warming station, and special deals from businesses. The potting shed will give out a free plant to the first 50 people through the door, and Pocono Soap will offer a free lip balm to anyone spending $10 or more.
Winterfest is great because this is a slow time of year for us. So it's a reason for families to get out. It's nice to see every time of year for us. So it's a reason for families to get out. It's nice to see everybody. It brings a ton of energy to town. So it's definitely a very important event for the small businesses in downtown Stroudsburg.
6 local churches and a radio station are partnering together to have letter lounges, and that's so people can send a letter of love to those who are alone on this Valentine's Day. On Wall Street today, the Dow was up 52, NASDAQ down 136, and the S&P 500 was down 23. Hershey's is a proud supporter of Team USA, and to celebrate, the company has created limited edition chocolate medals for the Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina in 2026. The chocolate medals are crafted with embossed designs and wrapped in gold foil. Hershey's has also partnered with Amy Purdy, 3-time Paralympic medalist in snowboarding, and Allie Raisman, 6-time Olympic medalist in gymnastics, to promote the candy.
When you think of NASA, what places come to mind? Usually what, Houston or Cape Canaveral? How about Elizabethville, Upper Dauphin County? 2822 News Harrisburg reporter Seth Kaplan had a little fun finding out the details of this story.
A rural place, and there isn't very much up in this area for her to do.
With this major exception, the Lycans Valley Children's Museum.
I'm Cece.
5-year-old Cece Powers.
I like it here.
What's your favorite thing here?
Boat.
Oh, the boat.
We've been here since she was a couple months old.
Cece's grandma, Dawn Powers.
They change different things like the summer, and then they'll change it to a winter.
Lisa Diddy, the executive director.
Here is a cave that actually came from the Experience Children's Museum up in Erie.
Inside the cave, exhibits all about this part of the state.
And then with us being in coal country, we actually have this display here that we had built in. And it actually has like the Lycans Valley coal mine, has a little story from a local coal family. and then with some pictures, and it actually has sound, so they can listen to different things that are happening in the mind.
And then there's this.
We worked with NASA Museum Alliance, and they helped us come up with all the graphics. It gives the kids actual buttons and stuff that they can push.
And now NASA has given the museum something a lot bigger. Designation of one of just 11 new STEM community anchors in all of America, complete with a $50,000 grant. A lot of money for a little museum, which they are using to buy this.
And so it is a portable planetarium that we will be able to take to school districts, community events, libraries. So we are planning on traveling a lot with that planetarium and be able to bring the universe closer to so many people.
As for the shuttle model,
and I wish I'd made it bigger so all of us could get in.
And truth be told, this is a little small too, which doesn't mean that the museum is only for kids.
There's a dad and a little daughter that come, and every time they come in, they just bring so much joy.
We come here regularly, and it's inexpensive. I mean, that you can spend hours in here. Back there on the computer, you can, when they have the computers on, you can see the moon and the stars, and we were lucky to find it.
In Elizabethville, Pennsylvania, I'm Seth Kaplan.
Future Alert meteorologist Matthew Howard has the forecast next. But as we had to break tonight, 8 to 10 inches of snow fell overnight at, get this, University of Hawaii at Hilo Center. This is, by the way, on the Big Island of Hawaii.
Welcome back, everyone. We are on weather alert due to that late freezing rain that's expected over the next several hours. We're actually going to time it out and track it out here on our live radar. As you look to our north and west, that line is moving through, and it's going to continue to move through over the next several hours. So you can see in the north and west of our viewing area, there is some rain, and some of that is starting to freeze even to a little more toward that upstate New York. And this is all because of a weak cold front moving through the region, bringing in some slightly colder air for Wednesday and Thursday. As we look here in downtown Pottsville, we do have a lot of cloud cover. Our temperature is right now 30 degrees, and those winds a little breezy right in Pottsville, but a lot of the region we're seeing fairly calm winds, and those southeast winds are bringing in a little warmer air compared to what we've seen. 27 degrees in Mount Pocono, 32 in Tunkhannock, and 35 in Selinsgrove, and temperatures below freezing. That will allow any of that rain to freeze, so just keep that in mind. There is going to be some slick slick spots, especially as we go a little later on into the evening. 37 degrees for the high today, our warmest high in about 2.5 weeks. So you surely felt the difference as you stepped outside the door today as well. So you can see for our winter weather alerts, we do have winter weather advisories in effect for a lot of eastern Pennsylvania, in effect right now and until midnight. So we're going to be seeing a narrow window where we're going to be seeing some light freezing rain moving in. So right now, a lot of us really not seeing a whole lot, but until we get to 8, 9 o'clock, our northern tier starts getting in on the action, and then 9 o'clock, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and then around 10, 11 o'clock, the Poconos, we could even get a little bit of that light freezing rain. So a glaze of ice is possible. The best chance for that will be more north and east as well. Second half of the night, we are fairly quiet, and we could just see a stray flurry or snow shower. Better chance for that will be tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow night, as we have some lake effects from Lake Ontario that will make its way a little bit more toward our northern tier. So just keep in mind there could be some light accumulation, a light dusting, or maybe even less than an inch is possible in those areas as well. We're going to be seeing some breezy conditions for your Wednesday. So those pockets of light freezing rain over the next several hours, not going to last very long, more like an hour or two. But we're still going to be seeing some slick spots, especially in those areas. A lot of us are staying near or below freezing. For your Thursday, we see a chance of a flurry or a snow shower. A lot of us are going to stay a little more on the drier side. High pressure will move in on Friday. We're going to see a mix of sun and clouds for your Friday. Temperatures will also start to gradually warm up as we see some winds start to shift out of the south. A little snow right there, but I don't think we're really going to be seeing that as we go toward later Friday. It's favored to look dry. For tonight, we're going to be seeing lows into the middle and upper 20s. We're going to be seeing light freezing rain early, and then we can see a few snow showers as we go a little bit more later overnight, but more just isolated. For tomorrow, those highs in the low to mid 30s, mostly cloudy and breezy with a flurry or snow shower possible. Wednesday and Thursday, we see the chance of a flurry or snow shower, a little bit breezy at times as well. And then for Friday and Saturday, we see a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures will also start to warm up a little bit towards near or average. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the 30s to near 40, even low 40s. Chance of some rain and snow on Sunday. A little uncertain on that. But temperatures are starting to warm up. I know we got some warmer temperatures today, and with that freezing rain, you just want to have to take an extra caution if you are in one of those higher elevations, especially allow for yourself some extra time.
And Valentine's Day looks good. A lot of people have plans.
Yeah, looks very good, and we're going to see temperatures near average.
Good, about time.
Beautiful, thank you.
Well, if you like it, then you better put a pin on it. The Olympic tradition of swapping and buying pins is currently underway in Milan.
Athletes and spectators are on the hunt, showing off their unique finds and always looking for a potential swap to bolster their collection. Collectors say a well-rounded haul includes a pin from each nation participating in the games, and vintage finds from long-ago games could actually fetch a pretty penny. Well, here's some trivia for you. In our 2822 Instapoll question today, we are asking, in which year were the first modern Olympic Games held? Here's how people are voting. If you want to participate, scan the QR code, go to 2822news.com or on our app under the drop-down menu.
All right, and a heads up for Jeopardy fans, because of the Winter Games being shown on our air, your favorite quiz show has temporarily found a new home. Jeopardy is now on WYOU. You can watch it weeknights at 7:30 until the games end on February 22nd.
PennDOT is asking drivers across the state to weigh in on road safety. The agency has launched a statewide survey on driving habits, from speeding and distracted driving to seatbelt use and pedestrian safety. This is part of a push to keep fatalities falling for a second straight year. PennDOT says feedback from past surveys has already shaped safety campaigns across the state. The survey is open through February 28th, and it takes about 5 minutes. And we have a direct link for you on our website, 2822news.com.
As we head to break on this Tuesday, check out this really foggy scene.
Weather officials warned of visibility of a quarter mile or less as a dense fog hangs over coastal Alabama. You're looking at Cotton Bayou Beach.
Hi, this is what's making news across the nation and around the globe tonight. The leaders of ICE and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol facing questions from the House Homeland Security Committee today.
It's the first time talking to lawmakers since the shootings in Minnesota. Immigration officials testified that protesters are obstructing operations and creating a deadly environment. Democrats are demanding changes before they agree to fund the Department of Homeland Security. DHS funding is set to expire on Saturday. Senate Democrats are pushing new legislation in the wake of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and other Democrats are introducing new legislation. It's a bill called Virginia's Law, named for the late Virginia Giuffre, an Epstein victim who died of suicide. The legislation would eliminate the statute of limitations for civil claims brought on by survivors of trafficking and sexual exploitation. Well, draped in burnt orange robes, 24 Buddhist monks on a 2,300-mile walk for peace arrived in Washington, D.C.
The monks are on a self-described spiritual journey across 9 states. They began their walk in Texas more than 3 months ago, braving frigid winter temperatures, sometimes in their bare feet. They say they are raising awareness of peace, loving kindness, and compassion across America and the world.
A surfer had to be rescued at Haskell's Beach in California. He was in the water when a powerful high surf pulled him away from the shore.
He lost his board and managed to grab onto a lobster buoy trap. The person he was surfing with called 911. He held on tight until crews came in with drones and infrared cameras and pulled him to safety. He was okay, but has quite the surf story to tell. A happy ending for this 400-pound manatee who somehow found himself stuck in a storm drain.
Yeah, he was actually spotted Monday in a storm drain in Melbourne Beach. Rescuers had to use a crane to help move him to safety. They believed that he was looking for warmer waters. The manatee is now recovering at SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida. Wildlife officials say the manatee is a juvenile male and at 410 pounds still is considered a little bit underweight, so we'll have some rehab before they can release him back in the wild.
How does one discover the manatee in the storm drain? Incredible.
That's good that they're taking care of him.
Absolutely. Oh, look at him. All right, let's take a live look now at Milan, Italy, of course, the site of the Winter Games. It's a balmy 45 degrees there.
Yeah, and then back in the U.S. in Phoenix, Arizona, it is 81 degrees. So we got the, both ends of the spectrum there. But this is, this is why people move down to Florida and Arizona, because when we're, knee deep in
single digits.
Right. They have the 20s or 80s out there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been having above average temperatures out west too, so way warmer than it is out here.
Sure. Yeah, but we're slightly improving too.
Yes, we are slightly improving too. We've had highs in the 30s today, and we're going to see highs into the 30s tomorrow as well. But we do have to deal with that late freezing rain for the first half of the night. Wednesday and Thursday, chance of a flurry or snow shower. And then for Friday and Saturday, we're remaining a mix of sun and clouds. Sunday, chance of rain and snow, but look at that, guys. Monday and Tuesday, highs in the 40s. It's been a while since we've seen that.
Oh, that's going to feel so nice. That's like a windows down in the car kind of a day.
Feels like a heat wave almost.
Yeah, right? Yeah, respectively speaking. Hey, before we go, here's something that you don't see every day, and either do police.
Police in Colorado were left stunned after they got a couple calls reporting a fire-juggling unicyclist who stopped traffic at a busy intersection. Yeah, this is not one of those things that, you train at the academy for, right? Police then posted this video on Facebook. Now, they say this was not on our bingo card today. And while the police department did acknowledge the man's act was pretty good, it was also illegal, and they gave him a warning. Yeah, maybe he was like, hey, you know what? I've been working on this act. Let me try it out in public.
While at a stoplight.
At a stoplight with real fire?
Oh my God.
Could you imagine if he dropped it and the light turned green? Then what?
Then it's like, what do you do then? And there's a lot of things on my bingo card, and one of those things, not that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could see this on the bypass on a Tuesday morning.
Maybe. After a night out, right? Thanks for watching.
We'll see you back here at 11.